a D.
D.
Give me an O.
O.
Give me an N.
N.
Okay, that's enough. It's not an ego trip. Just making the most of it while I can. 2 more years of Trump, not as popular as Adolf. You could probably tell from my name and my accent, I'm not from these parts. I'm from Guildford. But I grew up in Glasgow, and I'll tell you, Guildford changes you. Went back to Glasgow the other week, spilled the guy's pint. He turned around, he's a massive guy. I'm not saying he was hard, but his tattoos and tattoos. Big, red, bushy beard. Called Skinner. Never trust a man that gives his beard a name. But he turned to me and said, "I'll have ye, ya fat prick." And I thought, what a funny time to be ordering Thai food. But even with this name and this accent, some people can't work out where I come from. I was at a wedding the other week. An American woman came up to me and said in her fake American accent, "Ah, gee, I love your accent. Where are you from? Australia?" Surprised me because I was wearing a kilt at the time. And I said, "No, I'm from Scotland." And she got the look in her eye, I knew it was coming. "Gee, is it true that you don't wear anything under your kilt?" I said, "I'm not telling you. You'll have to find out for yourself." So she bent down and her hand went up. Then she leant back and went, "Ah, that's gruesome." I said, "Put your hand up again, it's gruesome more." It's a strange time for the Scottish community. People keep coming up to me and say, "Oi mate," I said, this is my generic English accent, "Oi mate, you must be really pissed off with this Brexit. Stopped you getting your second Scottish independence referendum." I said, "Mate, it's nothing to do with Brexit. It's to do with the name they gave it. Indy Ref 2. What a shit name. It should have been Scotch Exit." I was looking forward to getting the Scottish passport because it wasn't going to have a microchip. It was going to have a full fat triple cooked chip. Scottish border there was no eye scan. There was a heart scan instead. To prove I'm an unfit and proper person. This is my first time doing a gig in Thame. It's actually one of the first times I've been playing in the UK recently. In the last 4 years with my work, I've been flying back and forward to Germany every week, sort of following in my grandfather's footsteps. I can hear you asking, "Donald, 4 years going back and forward to Germany, can you speak German?" And I'd say, 9. 9 lessons I had, and I only learned 3 phrases of the business traveller. Phrase 1, "I'm quitting bitte, aber lassen es wir." A receipt please, but leave it blank. Business phrase number 2, "Ich bin sehr betrunken und habe mein Schlüssel verloren." I'm very drunk and I've lost my key. Business phase 3, "Aber ich habe in diesem Movie für nur weniger als 2 Minuten gesehen. But I only watched that movie for less than 2 minutes." Came up in the train tonight, to Hadman Parkway, show you a bit of local knowledge, and decided to do some personal, it wasn't decided, did some personal development on it. Thought, test the limits of my patience and self-control, or crazy Scotsman loses his shit, as the Instagram video called it. Because on the train, I didn't have a ticket, so I went to find the guard, I thought I'll buy a ticket. And as I walked up, I thought, this doesn't look good. Just see his moustache bristling under his cap. And the attitude just came off, this attitude you can only get if you spend every night on the internet until you've found 100 ways to make love. But you don't know any girls. Because your personality is a natural contraceptive. So I went up to him and said, can I have a ticket from Guildford to Haddon Parkway, please? He said, you've got on the train without a valid ticket. You're liable to a penalty fare. I went, you're fucking joking, I've just come to buy a ticket from you. He said, I'm not joking, sir, and I don't like your attitude. If you say anything abusive or insulting about me, I will stop the train at the next station and call the police. I said, so hang on a minute. I walked down this train to buy a ticket, you would sell me one. And it'll give me a penalty fare. And if that makes me so mad, I'd say something abusive or offensive about you, you'll call the police. He said, that's right. I said, what if I think something abusive or offensive about you? He says, you can think what you want. I said, good, I think you're a twat. I didn't really, I'm from Guildford. But I've always had this thing about, I want to stand up to authority that I can. When I was 17, I was the only punk in Glasgow that had clip-on earring. Because I didn't want to have a ear pierced because my mum might get me into trouble. And I had my chain, but I didn't want to buy a chain, so I took the one off the family bath. Except I couldn't take the plug off it, so I tucked that in my pocket. And how the police laughed at that when they arrested me with suspicion of sniffing glue out of a crisp packet. Not as hard as they laughed as when I tested positive for salt and vinegar. February was a bad month. Started to get old. You can always tell when you're starting to get old when you hear your wife talking with her friend and she says, his eyes aren't what they were and his hips are going. And you're not sure if she's talking about the dog or about you. You still don't know what he says, and he can't make his balls anymore either. It's my birthday next month. Anyone else get a birthday in the next 12 months? I'm going to be 58. It's an awkward age. Can still fart at will. Will doesn't like it. But I also can't stop at will, so it's a bit like playing Russian roulette. But it is awkward. You worry about ageing parents, you worry about your health, and that's true. My dad had Alzheimer's. It's a terrible disease. I was worried that I might get it. So I took out insurance against it 7 times. But at least I thought I didn't have to worry about all the repeats on TV. My dad was in a home, it was sad, he didn't know where he was, he thought he was in a World War II prisoner of war camp. Put himself in charge of the escape committee. But nobody escaped. He did a whole load of tunnels, he just couldn't remember where. And my mum's getting on a bit as well, took her out for a meal the other night. She said, just want a small portion. And we brought her a kid's meal, plastic plate. I said, oh, this is a respectable older woman, you can't bring her a kid's meal. But it was too late. She was already doing the colouring book. That's what I call it, she's actually eating the crayons. And you do worry about your health. I went to the doctor the other day. I said, doctor, I'm in terrible trouble at night, I wake up and I can't breathe. And he said, oh, look, he said, the trouble is, during the night you roll over onto your front, and that stops you breathing. Prescribe Viagra for me. I said, that's to help my breathing, I can't roll over anymore. The doctor very interesting said, did you know that the 30% of the population with the fittest and healthiest will live 7 years longer and have a much better quality of life than the other 70%? And I thought I'm going to be in that 30%. So I went out, bought myself a Fitbit. It had an immediate impact. It was £200 later when I left the shop. But it's a con. It doesn't get you fit. You've still got to exercise. Or so I thought. But then I thought, there's 2 ways to get to that top 30%. I can use this to motivate myself to get fit and healthy, or I can motivate everyone else to get unfit and unhealthy. You would send in messages saying, thinking of buying some veg? don't. Sit down and have a donut. Or I was like, you've done enough today, mate. Sit down and have a donut. But maybe I can invent the thing to motivate people to be unfit and unhealthy. Maybe I can invent the unfit bit. But it already exists. It's just called the Greg's loyalty card. That rewards you for eating food at Greg's by giving you the chance to eat more food at Greg's. But the Fitbit sends you an email saying, you've now walked the same distance as an emperor penguin on its annual march to the breeding grounds. And what would you rather have? A donut and a sausage roll, or a 50-mile trek across the frozen tundra in the vehicle of sex with a penguin? But also, I thought I'm not going to get fit. Went down to the local health club and asked if I wanted to do walking football. I said I'm not speeding up for anyone. Tried to static bike, but it made my hair stand on end. So I thought, take up tennis. I went out in the court, and I was riding. This guy came out, immaculate in white, but with a massive bulge in the front of his shorts. I said, excuse me, mate, I can't help but notice what's that. He goes, that's a tennis ball. I said, oh, that must be agony. My mum had a tennis elbow once. Thank you very much.